Good morning, class. This is Reader's Workshop where I'll be reading either fiction or traditional literature, and I'm picking traditional literature. But before I read, I want to go over voice fluctuation, how you change your voice with uh, different punctuation marks. So, if a sentence ends with a period, stop and just count to three, and then continue reading. If, for example, I saw a dog, he ran fast. So you stop. Here's your exclamation mark. This is when you use it when you're yelling or you're excited. Happy birthday! This is a question mark. When you're asking a question, that means you're waiting for someone or something to give you an answer. What are you doing? And my voice goes up and squeaks up naturally. This is a comma. You'll find this in the middle of the sentence between words. That tells you to stop, take a breath, count to three, continue reading till you get to the end of your punctuation mark. And here is your quotation marks. These go around the sentence that the person or thing that's speaking, so you know what came out of their mouth. Okay? So, and change your voice to that character who's ever doing that talking. So, today's story, which you're probably familiar with in reading and or a movie, and it's called Beauty and the Beast. Adapted, that's the author. They took the story and they tweaked it. They changed it a little bit to make it different, by Amy Adar. Illustrated, the person who drew the picture, by David Morrell. There was once a rich man who fell upon hard times. He was forced to move his family to the country, and his children were very unhappy there. But one daughter, Beauty, was always hopeful, was always positive. One day, Beauty's father decided to travel to the city to look for work. All the children asked their father to bring them back fine clothes, nice clothing, and trinkets, something to play with. But all Beauty wanted was a single red rose. Beauty's father reached the city but could find no work. Saddened, he began the long journey home. On the way, it started to snow so hard he could barely see the trail, the road ahead of him. Suddenly, he felt a warm breeze. He went a little farther and found himself in the middle of a summery garden. Ooh, what do you suppose he found? And here's Beauty, only wanting a rose. And this is father heading back home. But he found a beautiful garden. Beauty's father had stumbled, came about upon an enchanted castle, a beautiful castle. He knocked on the door, but when no one answered, he stepped inside. He walked down a great hall until he found a dining room with a table full of delicious food. He ate his fill and fell asleep. The next morning, as he was leaving, he saw a blooming red rose bush. Remembering Beauty's request, what she wanted, he picked the flower. Now here's a beautiful enchanted castle. Suddenly, a horrible beast appeared and growled. Is this my thanks? I feed and shelter you, and then you steal from me? To repay him for the rose, the beast demanded to be given one of the man's daughters. Beauty's father returned home and told his children what had happened. It was my rose that started the trouble, said Beauty, so I must be the one to go. And here's the Beast, angry because he took the rose. Now Beauty said she'll go back to the castle and be with the Beast. The next day, Beauty arrived at the Beast's castle. She saw the Beast's eyes were kind, and she was not afraid. Beauty quickly made the castle her home. Every night she dined with the gentle Beast. Beauty grew to be quite fond of him. She liked him. One night, Beauty asked the Beast if she can go home for a visit. The Beast agreed that she can go home for 2 months. Here they are, dining in the dining room with fine, good food. The Beast gave Beauty a trunk full of gifts to take to her family. He also gave her a magic ring with a large red jewel. The ring would take her home when she turned it on her finger. When Beauty magically appeared at home, her family was thrilled to see her. She gave them the trunk full of gifts, and they were all marveled, surprised at the Beast's generosity on what he gave them. Beauty enjoyed being with her family, but soon she began to miss the Beast. One night, Beauty looked down deep into the jewel and saw the Beast laying in his garden. He seemed to be dying. Distraught, worried, she turned the ring on her finger and magically returned to the castle. Beauty rushed to the Beast's side. "Oh, please do not die," she cried. "I never knew it before, but I love you." "Will you marry me, Beauty?" the Beast whispered. "Yes," Beauty answered breathlessly. Suddenly, there was a flash of light, and the Beast changed into a handsome prince. "An enchantress had put me under an evil spell. Only true love could free me," the prince explained. "Your love broke the spell." And the prince sent for Beauty's family, and he and Beauty were married the next day. They all lived happily ever after in the enchanted castle. And here he was sick with how she saw him on the ring. And then when she went back and told him she loved him, ooh, he's handsome, and they're going to get married. So now this is your time to either read to someone or to yourself. Find a book. If you don't have a book, read one of the printouts under reading from the district website or class tag, and read to either a brother, sister, cousin, aunt, uncle, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa. If no one's there to listen to you, find a toy. You don't have a toy, then play teacher and read to yourself. And remember, change your voice. Use voice fluctuation for the punctuation marks. Stop, put a period, excited with an exclamation mark, make your voice go up for a question mark, pause with a comma, and change your voice when there's quotation marks when someone's talking. So practice makes perfect. Read and reread. Happy reading. Until next time. Miss you.